Hey yo, this is Yulia, and today we're talking about 1+1 programs. Are they actually worth it? Should you take two one-year programs? Well, let's find out. First of all, let's talk about 1+1. What are those one-year programs? Well, basically, one-year programs are made for graduate students. Those programs are called postgraduate certificate, meaning if you already have a degree, if you had some prior education, except for the high school, then you can take those programs. Basically, it's a shorter version of 2 or even 3-year programs. If you don't have a degree or some kind of post-secondary education, well, unfortunately, this option of taking 1+1 programs is not for you. I'm sorry. Let's get straight to the point. Why would one take a 1+1 program instead of taking a 2 or 3-year program? First of all, 1+1 equals 3, meaning if you study 2 one-year programs, you'll get a work permit for 3 years. If you're new to the channel or you don't know much about the post-graduation work permit, so basically if you take a one-year program, you will get a work permit for 1 year. If you study 2 or more years, then you'll get a 3-year work permit. But please be careful, because IRCC almost got me screwed, honestly. If you haven't seen my video about my battles with IRCC, please watch that one. But basically, they got my application, they saw only one program and they gave me a work permit for 1 year. I called them being like, excuse me, I studied for 2 years, I am entitled to a 3-year work permit. They were like, oh, we've made a mistake. And I'm like, yeah, you did. So they reissued my work permit. It was like a lot of back and forth. They sent it to a wrong address. So please know what you're entitled to so you can call them and prove them wrong. The second reason to take a one-year program or 1+1 is that it's actually easier to get a visa if you're an older student or if you don't have much experience of like traveling or whatsoever. I find that going away for 1 year is much easier, so maybe the immigration officers are kinder to those people. I don't know, I'm talking from my own experience, so I actually have no idea what they're looking at. But I feel like it's easier to get a 1-year visa and then extend it for another year. Another reason to take 1+1 programs is that it's actually easier to switch your majors. Because if you come and study, I don't know, like me, event management, and then you're like, oh, but I want to code and do photo and video, well, I actually switched those programs. I studied event management, realized that I don't like responsibilities and events and all that kind of stuff, and the job market is not that good. So I was like, you know what? I like doing graphics and like some kind of creative stuff more, so I applied for this program. But also, if you cannot afford a 2-year program, it's cheaper, I mean, in a way, to take a 1-year program, work while studying, because in Canada, officially, by law, you can work 20 hours when you have classes and 40 hours when you have your time off. So you can study and work, save some money maybe, and then you can apply for your second program when you have enough funds to actually pay for it. And another amazing thing is that you can work full-time when you're waiting for your second program. But please make sure that your study permits, they're like back to back, because if your study permit expires in February and your next program starts in like May, this 3 months you'll need to have some kind of status in the country. So please make sure you have that one. As for me, I took my first program in January. It ended mid-August. My second program started in September. Miss Yulia had 1 week off to, relax, enjoy her time, her summer in Ottawa, and then my second program started. So for me, the gap was like literally maybe 1.5 weeks. So please keep that in mind too. And here are some tips and tricks from someone who actually studied 1+1 programs. First of all, apply for your second program when you're already in Canada. I feel like it's easier to get a visa or even like a study permit extension when you are in the country. Do not apply from your country being like, I'm gonna study this and then I'm gonna study like that. Start your program, well, at least like couple weeks, 2 months, go visit the school or the program. Go talk to teachers. What I did, I was like, you know what? I'm actually interested in taking some, multimedia, photo, video kind of stuff. I went to that aisle of a college. I was like, hey guys, can I talk to you? Like, what's up? What is this program? They showed me around, they explained me everything about classes. And when I was 100% sure, I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply. It was literally like a month or two into my first program, but it wasn't like, a week before the program starts. And as I've just mentioned, don't wait too long for applying, because you're still an international student. It doesn't matter that you're in Canada. Your list is the international students list, meaning there wouldn't be that many spots available. And if your program is waitlisted or whatsoever, you'll need to pick another program. So try thinking in advance, check the availability of the programs that can be found online. Maybe you can even go to admissions or International Center and ask them. So apply when you're 100% sure in your program, but don't wait too long. Another tip would be try picking similar programs, but not management and marketing, business and finance, but something that again makes sense. For example, I took events where we had classes about graphic design and whatever social media thingy, and I actually realized in that program that I like it more than planning events. So I was like, okay, I'm taking a multimedia course because in my program I realized that that's what I like and that's what I wanna do in the future. Please don't skip the letter of explanation. Again, here you can explain why you picked this program, how it makes sense, all the kind of stuff. If you haven't already, please check out my video about letters of explanation, and don't skip those, please. And the last but not least, do not apply for post-graduation work permit after your first program, because you know what? You are entitled to only one post-graduation work permit in a lifetime, meaning if you apply for PGWP after your first program, you're done. You're not getting a 3-year work permit. So please be strategic about that. It's Yulia from the future. So while editing the video, I realized I forgot to cover the main question. Are 1+1 programs worth it? My opinion is yes, they are, simply because if you're someone who's not quite sure which program you should take, maybe you're not quite sure about your future, you should take one program and then another one. But also, if something happens, you got bored, you get a dream job offer, or you run out of money, you can always get your 1-year post-graduation work permit and just work, and then stay in Canada and not even take the second program. So if you have any more questions, please leave your comments in the section down below, like this video, share with your friends, and I'll see you next week. Bye!